Over decades, Toyota have been known to manufacture cars that are very reliable, practical, easy to maintain, and fuel efficient. And back in 1956, they manufactured a car called Toyota Corolla, a car that was embraced in the market, and it really did well. It came with different engine options that we will discuss when we're discussing the engine of this particular car. And then in 2001, they feel like they need to give people the feel for luxury, practicality, the feel for class, and even professionalism. And that is when they came up with an idea of a car that is very perfect, the car that is so nice, the car that has taken market by surprise, and it still maintains a lot when it comes to drivetrain, maintenance, fuel efficiency, practicality, and engine reliability. And that is when they came up with a car called Toyota Premio. And Toyota Premio has come in different categories. We shall discuss them. But for now, you need to know that I'm David Kunguru, your car consult. Stay with me for more information about this particular car. So Toyota Premio comes in different engine configuration, and unfortunately I'll not be able to open the bonnet, but Toyota Premio has come in the year, as I said, 2001, and it has come over the generations. That is why this particular one I said is the one we are going to discuss, and this is a 1500 cc. So this particular unit applies the engine that we call the 1NZ engine that has been used on so many Toyota cars. If you have driven Toyota Probox, if you have driven Toyota Fielder, you have driven Axio and Sienta and other engines, other Toyota cars, this is the same engine, and that is why it gives it a mileage when it comes to the maintenance of this particular car, because there is a lot that can be shared amongst the maintenance of these particular cars. So having this particular unit, it gives you actually, and I can say that it gives you around 17 point something kilometers per liter if you are driving on a highway for those people who are traveling. And it is a car that you can also use if you are a professional. It had a mindset that the accountants really loved this car, and it still maintains the road. You might be asking yourself, why is it that Toyota Premio has been maintaining its resale value? Because you find that this particular unit is a 2010 unit, but when you go to the market right now to get this car as a locally used unit, you might get it with something between 800,000 to 1 million, and you can calculate by then how much was it worth when you are actually buying it as a new product in the market. So that is much we can say about how reliable their engine is, and even the gearbox. This particular unit does not come with automatic transmission. It does not come with a manual transmission. This particular engine comes in what we call the CVT transmission. So whenever you are driving this car, just know that that is what you are coming up with. But unlike Subaru, their CVT transmissions are actually very reliable for the people who want to maintain a car and even drive it for years and years, and to cover kilometers and kilometers. So on the side profile, one thing I want you to note is that before we even talk about the length and practicality of this car, you need to understand that Toyota Premio has a twin called the Toyota Allion. So Toyota Allion was meant to give people who want to have maybe something to show off. So wale watu wenye wanapenda something, you know, to make you feel like you are driving a beautiful car. This particular one is people with respect and professionalism, who are not concerned with the sporty features, are not concerned with the looks. That is why when you look at the side profile, it comes in a very basic form. Even the facelifted cars like Toyota Premio 2016. So when you look at the wheelbase, it is actually sizable. This particular one has not come with what we call the standard alloy rims, but it comes with the steel rims. And the owner, because it's a locally used, has just maintained what we call the wheel caps. So if you look at the wheelbase, it is long enough to show you that the car is actually coming with what we call enough practicality. So people who love maybe carrying their families or their loved ones, you have enough space from the back. We shall see when we consider the interior of the car, but perfectly, or rather basically, the car comes with a very nice look, basic but very nice and professional, and it will still maintain what we call class. Remember, I'm insisting on class because it came to give some cars competition, cars that I will not mention in this video. Premio 260 gives you, looking at the front, it does not give you anything to really feel fancy about, but it gives you the basic grill that actually gives you that perfect look. This is a beautiful car. I'll still continue to insist. So it just gives you the normal Premio look. There is no much to discuss about the prima facie. As for the lights, remember the trim levels that came maybe from the 2013 to 2015 kuendelea mbele, those are the ones that came with the LED lights, but this one still maintains the conventional headlamp. So there has been a discussion as far as practicality and maybe beauty of this car is concerned, that people are coming up with the idea that Nissan Sylphy is much better than this one. But it is very true that looking at the boot space, you still have sufficient space to hold your luggage, or rather your cargo. But Nissan Sylphy B17 is much bigger than this, considering the size. However, as a Premio, or rather as a Toyota fanatic, you still get enough space. So you need not to be worried for the people who do not want to have things like music systems. You know, you have umefit hapa speaker yako, bado uko na enough space for the particular job that you really need to do. So will you go for Toyota Premio 260, or will you still consider Nissan Sylphy B17? I leave that question to you. If you really want to consider because of space, nakuachia. So we have talked so much about a few things when it comes to the exterior and this particular engine configuration, but I also want to remind you that Premio 260 comes in 3 engine configurations. We have the 1500cc 1NZ engine, we have the 1800cc 2ZR engine, and then we have the 2000cc 3ZR engine. But the common ones on the Kenyan roads are actually the 1500 and the 1800cc. This particular one I'm driving is the 1500cc, as I have said, and it gives you that fuel efficiency. So they also share these specs with Toyota Allion. I'll keep insisting. I think we have mentioned that. And before then, I would like to clarify, this is my first time driving this car. So if I say I love it, it is very true that I love this car, and it is really giving me that good driving pleasure. I feel it is so stable. Given it is a car that dates back to 2010, we cannot complain with whatever it is giving us. And looking at even the inside of this car, of course the max speed is 180 for the most Japanese cars, and it really still is efficient. It is sufficient for people who are driving, and as I said, that it is a car that is embraced by professionals, so we do not really need a lot of things. Looking at this particular model, it does not give you what we call the steering wheel controls, because it dates back to those years when people did not really embrace that, and the Toyota are not known to give you those fancy features when it comes to such basic cars. But it also, in the interior, it also gives you the wood feeling. This is actually plastic, but it kind of looks like wood, so it is not wooden. Looking at the center console, you have your screen here. You can also update or upgrade these screens to whichever level that you need. The gear lever is very nice. It has also the driving sport mode if you want to feel that sporty driving feeling, but really it does not make much difference given they are centered on fuel efficiency. Yeah, so another thing I can say is that it has the 4 power windows. Those are not very common things. It also has a screen here on the gauges and the speedometer. The screen will give you an opportunity to know if you are in sport mode, you are driving mode, you are in parking, reverse, or neutral. And yes, then also the climate controls. These are perfect things that you have on this car. You have enough storage facilities here. You can charge your phone. The storage facilities are also on the sides of the doors. And one thing I forgot to mention is that the sound system in this car is perfect. The sound system is perfect. Of course, you can upgrade for those people who need noise, but for a professional and someone like an accountant, you know, umeshughulika sana na vitabu na computer, you do not need much of the noise when driving this car. So it gives you the feeling, and I can tell you for free, I'm loving every moment that I'm driving this car. And being the first time, iko fiti. I can still encourage you, for those who need to drive this car, unaweza nunua hii gari. At the back here, we have enough space as far as practicality is concerned, so you do not have stress when carrying people. You can carry up to a maximum of 3 people, and they will still feel comfortable when it comes to traveling. However, you can maintain maybe carrying 2 passengers if you do not want the third person hapo katikati kuteseka ama kukua in a position where they are not comfortable. Yeah, so as for the comfort, the car comes with the dark fabric interior. That is what we give it, and it is a nice one. It is yani it is comfortable. Ni kiti yenye unakalia na una feel umekalia kiti. Even the headrest, even the and also these particular, although it comes with in plastic, this storage facility at the center console, but it gives you what we call the armrest, so you can drive while your arm is rested here to give you that comfortability while driving the car. Lastly, allow me to mention that we have very, very nice locally used units at Magari Safi Kasarani. If you visit us, you are going to get something that will give you the value for your money. We have people, and let me cancel out the mentality that locally used cars are not in good conditions. I think the car depends on who has been driving it, how it has been maintained. So when you come, we will give you that perfect car that you need, depending on the money that you have. So do not come with maybe the mentality that these cars are not in good condition, and so you are going to really lower the price. No, it depends on how it has been maintained, the car itself, the type, where it comes from, and all those details. Visit us at Magari Safi and you will live without regrets. On our social media platforms, personally, you can find me as David Tash on Facebook, and on Instagram, Tash Motors, on TikTok, Tash Motors or Tash Car Consult. If you search, you will find us there, and we'll continue to give you more details. Continue to support us because we want to give you more videos. Continue to follow us, continue to like the videos and share. And also in the comment section, you can always drop something that you want us to do as far as the cars are concerned. Thank you so much, and I've been your guy, David Kunguru.